I have partnered with Sarah for a few years now in the nonprofit sector. So I have founded my own nonprofit called Attleboro Angels, which is how I met Kevin. Kevin volunteered for me way back when and started helping. And throughout the years, if we had a need and there was an emergency to fill, we would also partner with other nonprofits in the community. So Sarah being one of those people, and so it was just a really nice transition and fit really to take over and help out where I can, and also bring some of those programs from North Attleboro into Attleboro too, and sort of spread the love a little bit.
Kevin, I'm sure someone's watching this and saying, it's great that you introduced Kevin and Jennifer, but what is Open Umbrella? So I'm going to ask you, what is our Open Umbrella?
So Open Umbrella was supplied from clothing and that type of thing, but we're getting away from that. The refresh program is going to get shifted to the Council for Children now. So we're going to mainly focus on monetary donations, raising funds for kids and families in need, times of emergency. For instance, if something had been like that, like the Juniper Road fire that we had a couple months ago, Open Umbrella would have helped out with the supplying that. So
it doesn't necessarily have to be children you're helping out.
No, it's kids and family. It's kids and family. Or if there's let's say a student or something like that, maybe Tri-County or something that is going to do a co-op but can't afford the clothing to get the job that he needs to do, like, for instance, afford work boots, we'll supply that.
Jennifer, this program runs in both North Attleboro and Plainville, and I'm sure there's some people who are, I don't want to say ignorant to the fact that there's need in North Attleboro. I never realized how much need there was until I was hired as the marketing director at the Hockomock Area YMCA, but before I came to North TV. And they have the Reach Out for Youth and Families campaign every year. And it was then that my eyes were opened.
Yeah.
Just how much need there is to people in North Attleboro. And it's important to note, these aren't people who moved into North Attleboro and are in need. There's North Attleboro people, townies that are in need.
Absolutely. There's people that, we assist that know some of our North Attleboro residents and have grown up with them. And I've heard that story several times. So, you can go downtown and see a lot of homeless, and that need is continuing to grow. So over the last few years, I've seen it grow over and over and over again. Every year I say the same thing, oh my God, there's so many more now than there ever were. And it's still happening. So, thankfully we have some really great volunteers and donors that help us and people in the community. So in partnering with other nonprofits as well has been a huge help. I don't think we could have ever done it alone. So,
Kevin, how long have you lived in North Attleboro?
23 years.
So not quite a townie just yet.
No, not quite a town.
25. So
25.
Year
12.
2.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
But did you realize, like me, that there was as much need as there is?
Not at first. It wasn't until I obviously got involved with, but I actually known Jen longer than I know Sarah. I started volunteering for Jen about 5 years ago. And there was a big need, and I think at that time with the Scouts, we were wrapping up our Christmas trees, and I was giving away the extras that we didn't sell. And Jen commented on it that she would need some trees. That's how we met.
Yeah.
So I would bring trees to people that she lined up for me, and me and my son would go deliver them to their house. And more often than not, it's North Attleboro house that I'm bringing it to.
Yeah.
Is something as simple as somebody can't afford a Christmas tree, so we would hook them up with that, and we hit it off. And then I started volunteering for her, and then a couple years later I met Sarah, started volunteering for her.